not letting me minimize and do things today that I would normally be able to do. It's really bizarre. Um, it's frustrating to me. It says
Mm-hmm.
waiting for stream. Okay,
You want
YouTube
this
says
journal back?
live. Ah, okay, there's Rumble saying live. Woohoo!
What?
Okay, now, son of a bitch, I don't know what is going on. I'm going to have to restart my PC when we're done. Something isn't normal,
Okay.
if that makes any sense.
Yeah, you said that earlier this week.
I don't know what is going on. I've reset, I had to update my PC, and I'm hoping it's just a bug because actually it was an upgrade to a newer, to some changes to the operating system.
Mm-hmm. I did
Um,
the same thing, and now there's problems.
yeah, story of our lives, correct? Oh my Lord, have mercy.
Mm. Hi.
Oh my goodness, I heard that.
Yeah, hi. How you
Should I
doing?
put his picture up as the third person for right now?
Yeah, for right now would be cool.
All right, let me get these links sent out, and then
Okay,
I
go ahead.
will drop his picture in there for everyone.
Hi.
Okay.
Da-da-da.
Almost done with sending out the links.
Da-da-da. You want up? You want to come sit near Nene? Hmm? Want to do so big? Yes? Want to do so big? Do you want to do so big? You
All
do.
right. Let me add Stinky Butt on here.
Ah, ah. Are you talking to Aunt Angie, huh? Yeah. Come here. Do you want up? See the baby? Huh? Huh? Want up? Want to do so big? Do so big? So big. Come on. Do so big. There he goes. Come on. So big. There you go. Come on. 1, 2, 3. Oh, you got me. Oh, you're getting heavy, boy. Ugh.
Let's move him more centered
There you go.
and lock him down. And
Okay. There
then
you go.
we have our third guest. We have our third
Yay.
co host. He is up
Yay.
there. Yay!
Yay. See that? Who's that? See the butterflies? See Aunt Angie? See Nene? Are we live yet?
Yeah, we're live. We've been
Oh,
live.
oh, I didn't know. All right, I think my whole phone is jacked up now too for some reason.
Oh, Arby just spent the last hour waiting in line at the airport to check in. I love traveling.
Wow.
Oh, that's right. He's coming back today, and he's got a nice long flight.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that'll be fun.
There you go. Who is that? Say hi. Say we have a somewhat good baby with us today, huh? Say we didn't do too bad. Say hi to Aunt Angie. Say how are you? Say where are you? Say Aunt
Um, where the heck did my other cigarette go? Oh, bugger. I'm going to have to stand my ass up. I
Uh-huh.
hate
And
doing
you
this.
heard what I said at the beginning. You'll have to.
Oh, bugger. Come on. Where is. Okay, that's it. Found it. Oh,
Uh-huh.
my
You did that
Lord.
too earlier this week.
Find my sanity. That
Yep.
would be wonderful. If anyone finds my sanity, please put it in a shoebox and keep it safe until you can get it back to me.
Is that all with? Is that as big as it is? Is shoebox size?
My sanity,
Yeah,
that's giving it plenty of room to run around, jump, and do all kinds of things.
I see. I don't know if mine's that big or not.
I don't know. Mine,
Mm-hmm.
it's like a 50-gallon fish aquarium for one goldfish.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, JJ, good to see ya.
Hey JJ, how you doing?
So,
Your
yeah,
nemesis is here. Little
yep,
JJ's here.
the future dictator of Guatemala.
Voila. He was squealing before.
He's
So
been a good one. He just
yeah,
likes the butterflies.
yeah, he likes the butterflies.
So, he's a good kiddo. He
He's
really
okay.
is.
He's all right.
Ah,
Oh,
he's a good kiddo.
um, what do we got for a lineup today, there, ma'am?
Uh, we have quite a bit.
Uh,
I know you wanted to start with some recent light that has come to some government experiments that
oh yeah,
happened.
oh yeah.
And then we are going to be covering a few other things that have been happening in the world news.
Okay.
So,
Yeah,
um,
a lot going on. The
yeah,
government thing is very, very disturbing.
not surprising, but disturbing.
Right. And then when you get the meeting, which I haven't even begun to look at, with Trump and Bill Gates and who's the other idiot? Mark Zuckerberg. Yeah.
They're
And
all trouble.
Elon Musk was to be there, but he said he had other engagements. It makes you wonder what the hell was going on, you know?
The tech is going to try to take over the world,
Uh huh. Hey, Blue
and I don't
Rose.
like it.
There's Aunt Blue. See Aunt Blue?
Yep, Blue Rose popped in.
Yeah, say there's Aunt Blue and Aunt Crazy Bee. Say we got two crazy ladies as aunts. Huh. Ants in the pants. What, you got nothing to say?
That didn't exactly come out appropriate.
Sorry.
I get the saying ants in the pants, but after you mentioned two crazy ants,
Mm-hmm.
it just kind of doesn't come through right.
Alrighty then. She didn't like that one. What are you pulling your pants for, huh? He's pulling on his pant leg as we talk. Say,
Because he
huh?
doesn't want to wear pants. He wants
Uh,
to run around nude.
yeah, just like his brother.
Oh,
Alright, so let's get started, I guess.
alrighty. We can get started with the government experiment. I have a
Alright.
feeling that's going to take us. Oh, come on. Why is my mouse not working? It won't click on it. Oh, come on. What is going on? I can't click anything. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. My mouse won't work. Nothing's working.
Okay, so what does that mean?
I can't do jack shit.
Okay, then we'll just disconnect and you can't even put up the pre-recorded, can you?
Nope, but let me try something. It's going to cause me to leave, but I will come back. I'm going to try closing and reopening it. Okay?
Okay.
Um,
One moment, please. As usual, we are experiencing technical difficulties, to which I'm getting a little bit sick and tired of.
okay. Now it wants.
We can't win for losing.
No, we can't. Tell me you can hear me.
Have a good one, Arby. Be safe.
It seems like she can't hear me. Shit. Son of a bitch. That means she's got to leave and come back.
Here comes Dada.
Let me send her a
There's Becca.
message.
We're on the podcast. See right
Um,
there? There's the third
I'm not sure if
co-host.
anyone can hear me. I hope y'all
See?
can.
Cool. This doesn't fit anymore. Soaking wet, do something with it. I want this back in my other clothes, my bottles, everything that belongs to me I want back. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Have a good one. Love you. He slept for half an hour this morning and an hour this afternoon. Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's try this and see if she can see it.
You know what?
This is frustrating. I apologize. I hope everyone else can hear me. I really pray y'all can hear me. Otherwise, I'm going to have to leave again and come back again. Um, can only hope, right?
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I don't know what happened. My computer just decided I didn't need to click this specific web page. I could click other web pages, but not this one. It was very strange. I don't know what that was about. But it's fixed for the moment. Let's hit play.
Now to a News Nation exclusive investigation into a secret government experiment that was carried out in St. Louis. Residents tell us they still remember a mysterious fog. Children would run through it. Mothers would try and close their windows against it. For decades, they all had questions, and now we're seeking answers. The United States Army now admits that it sprayed a chemical that contained cadmium, a known carcinogen, on a neighborhood of more than 10,000 people. Critics say this was done with no warning and no consent. Well, tonight we return to the site of that demolished neighborhood and speak with former residents who believe the government turned them into human test subjects. Although the Army admits that the test happened, it is not admitted to harming the residents. News Nation's Natasha Zuvez investigates what was in the fog and why the truth may still be buried.
The fog drifted through the streets like a ghost.
That's exactly what it looked like, a thick fog.
It was summertime and it was hot. We would just run through it as fast as we could and try to just cool ourselves off. It stuck to you.
The spray was so foul as far as the odor. It made some of us have headaches, nausea, dizziness.
That's what I remember. It made me sick.
It wasn't the weather. It was an eerie smoke descending from rooftops, rolling from the backs of trucks.
Regular flatbed truck, but it had a big machine on the back. And it had a big nozzle that really sprayed a fog you couldn't even see through. It was that thick. And it really, we felt it as it would adhere to our skin. And as far as the guys on top of the buildings, they tried to portray them to us as maintenance workers. But we was like, what is a maintenance worker doing? And basically a hazmat suit. And they had masks and goggles.
In the 1950s and 60s, in secret, the U.S. Army sprayed zinc cadmium sulfide into the air of a St. Louis housing project, a largely black neighborhood called Pruitt-Igoe.
It was a lose-lose situation for us in Pruitt-Igoe. We were subjects. We were subjects.
They didn't ask for our permission. We didn't.
Questions, and now
Whoops,
we're
shit.
seeking answers.
I am having a day with my hands. Of course, they didn't ask your permission. They also wouldn't have been able to get it from a minor, anyways. It would have had to have been their parents. Just going to point this out because they were kids back when this happened. So they would have had to have gotten permission from the parents to experiment on the area. So, but anyways, oh, Blue Rose was asking if that they she said they sprayed that on literally they sprayed that literally on people. Yes,
Yes.
directly on the people. Sorry.
Listen, we didn't ask for them to spray us. My government used me like I was a guinea pig.
We're standing at where Pruitt-Igoe used to be here in St. Louis, and it's hard to believe more than 10,000 people used to live here. As we bring our drone up, you can see it's
10,000
mostly just an
people.
empty lot now,
Dang.
overgrown with trees. This used to be filled with 33 high-rise buildings. It was all demolished in 1976. And according to the National Research Council, St. Louis was chosen for spraying experiments because it had similar characteristics to Soviet targets like Moscow in terms of population density and terrain and proximity to a river. The government now admits to a secretive series of Cold War tests, including one dubbed Large Area Coverage. More than 30 tests conducted across the U.S. and Canada, spraying zinc cadmium sulfide from planes, rooftops, and vehicles.
Did we have permission to go into Canada and do this testing?
I don't believe so.
Isn't that an act of war?
You would think.
Huh. Interesting. Um, it's got me scratching my head.
Well,
Um,
maybe they agreed to it.
yeah, I would hope they did, because that would be really, really bad. Like, why would we do that to Canada? Like, oh, other than the terrain thing, like they were saying,
Right.
because it's got to be similar to Russia, in which Canada would be when it comes to climate and all that. So it bugs me that they would do this. And
Yeah.
again, these kids are willingly running around through it, and they don't know what it is back then. Wow.
To simulate how a biological attack might spread, all to prepare for potential warfare against the Soviets.
Many of us been in the military and had top secret clearances. We know how it works.
We have died for America. We have fought for America.
You are a veteran.
I am United States Air Force veteran.
Dr. Starks, you're a veteran as well.
Yes, I am. I'm an Air Force veteran also.
Is there a sense of betrayal here?
Definitely, definitely.
They want to know if those secret tests have anything to do with what they're observing with their own eyes.
I lost my two older siblings to cancer. I lost a brother last month.
I've been diagnosed recently with a rare form of lymphoma.
I had cancer of the left kidney, had partial removal of my left kidney.
News Nation reached out to the Army for answers. They provided a one-page response. It says the Army's own Center for Health Promotion and Preventive Medicine investigated in 1994 and found inhalation exposure would not pose a health risk. They also cite later corroborating reviews, including a 1997 review by the National Research Council. Perhaps they assumed we wouldn't read the NRC's 380-page report, but we did, and the Army's statement doesn't show the full picture. In that 1997 review, the National Research Council explicitly says repeated exposure to zinc cadmium sulfide can cause kidney or bone toxicity or lung cancer if levels are high enough. And they admitted they couldn't fully assess the risk. Why? Because some Army records remain classified, it says, for national security reasons. More troubling, key Army exposure records were missing. And when the NRC asked the Army to supply them, the Army said it couldn't find them. Finally,
Sounds familiar. Sounds like a lot of government records. Um, I'm not sure if D, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it just sounds like a lot of the government stuff that they keep trying to cover up.
Kind of reminds you of Agent Orange, too.
Tuskegee experiment,
Mm-hmm.
MK Ultra.
Yep.
It, again, it's not surprising, but it's bullcrap that we keep finding this stuff.
Well, I find it concerning that we don't know what's happening to our food supply. You know, Bill Gates being so involved in changing the components
Mm-hmm.
of many things. The water supply. Look at Newsom, what he did in California. How do we know that there's nothing attached to that? Now
Yeah.
you got to worry about everything. After finding this is blows my mind.
Yeah. And thing is, we're only a few minutes in, and it's actually going to get worse.
Mm,
For anyone who doesn't know, has not heard of this, yeah, it's the crap that they've been doing, and we're just finding out about. What are we going to find out about in another 40 years, 50 years?
I don't
What
know.
experiments have they been running on us currently that we won't know until
Yeah.
down the road?
I mean, who knows? For all I know, how do I know that the medication that I take does what they say it is supposed to do? That
Yeah.
maybe it harms me in some way. Maybe I'm some freaking experiment for all I know.
Yeah.
Who would know?
That's a good question. Who would?
Plus, plus we get the majority of our medications from China. You know what I mean? You think they give a good shit about us?
China and India,
Uh
actually.
huh. Well,
That is very interesting to think
very
about.
all of it, all of. I mean, you put it all together. You take a look at the fake meat and the fake other products that they're selling. Who knows what's in that shit?
Yeah.
Plus, let alone what's in the regular meats and stuff. I mean, they spray chickens for supposedly bugs, pesticides, uh, um, vaccines. Same thing
Mhm.
happens to cattle. Everything that we eat has something to do. Look at fluoride.
Yeah.
Look at the fluoride scandal. Take a look at the jab, what that did to us.
Yeah. It's pretty messed
Yeah.
up.
I told them they would have to hold me down for me to take that. Now my decision is I've already received the phone call. Do I get the flu vaccine again this year or don't I? So last year was the first time I ever gotten that 5-in-1.
Oh,
Okay. I ended up in the hospital with the flu for what, 7 days, something
I
like
remember.
that.
Yes. It was
Remember?
a while.
Mm-hmm. It was in January, I think it was, right after
Mhm.
Christmas. I was sick at Christmas time. And I had gotten that injection, I want to say around the beginning of November, and hadn't been feeling good from the time I got that. Now, the problem is, given my health situation, I mean, it's funny, out of all the stuff, I guess I always had to push the um, flu vaccine to employees because that was the thing that I had to do as HR. Every
Mhm.
company I ever worked for was push the flu vaccine,
Yes.
right? So that employees supposedly didn't catch the flu. In addition, working at the hospital, you had to have hepatitis A, B, uh, plus a whole host of other stuff that had to be up to date, tetanus shots, all of that. So, how do we even know anything that they're doing to us after you hear stories like this? Take a look. What about the train derailments? What about East Palestine, Ohio,
Yeah.
in that
It makes you
situation?
wonder if that was intentional or not.
Yep, it's really disturbing, extremely disturbing.
What I hate is that this brings into question medicine. And again, a lot of medications do benefit people. They actually, again, like I don't get the flu shot because I'm allergic to some of the ingredients,
Right,
but I will not hesitate to get my pneumonia vaccine.
right,
I had my Hep series to work in the medical field.
right.
I've never seen anyone catch polio after getting the vaccine other than that one bad batch when they first started making them.
Right.
I mean, I've never met anyone who's had polio in recent years.
No, neither of us.
Else in my entire life who's had contracted polio after being vaccinated.
Right.
Other, like I said, other than that one botched company that they screwed up the formula
Right.
and they had to scrap that batch and start fresh. But it does, for the most part. I mean, like seriously, there's a lot of illnesses. I've had my measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine. I've never had any of those. It's just, again, yes, there's probably some side effect, but at least they're alive.
Right. And does the risk outweigh the, you know, the
Yes. And
but
it's the, like,
but
um,
the only concerning thing about it is I don't disagree with anything you're saying. My concern is what exactly are we getting? How do we
yes.
know that we're not being experimented on? How do we know that a batch in, Kentucky or in Pennsylvania was sent and said, let's see what happens to them?
Well, that's actually, oh, shit. No, I can't talk about it here. YouTube would be mad at me.
Right.
Never mind. I'll have to explain it on the Discord server if people want to know. Just it's pertaining to something I'd get in trouble for. But let's just say that that has happened where certain batches of vaccines were known to be defective and sent to certain areas, and some were even the placebos and were sent
Mhm.
out. So, yeah, that has happened. I'm
Yep.
not trying to scare anyone into not getting medical care or taking what vaccines that are good for them that would normally save your life. Do not take this as me being anti-vax in any way, fashion, or
Right. We are
form.
not providing any medical advice
Nope.
whatsoever.
I
It's
am just
from personal experience. Okay.
actually not personal experience. Study that was found and put out in a newspaper article or news article, and I will have to see if it's still up or if it got pulled down um, from some years back. That was done, and it's like what? Um, so yeah, there is quite a bit going on that is, it's a tad alarming, and I honestly, there are people who would volunteer. It's just part of we can't
Well,
advance
yeah,
science without it.
we have clinical trials for a reason.
Yes,
Uh,
why aren't they
but
happy with clinical trials?
right, if you want to sign up for a clinical trial, typically they pay you for most of them. Uh,
Uh-huh.
so I could see somebody saying, and I have signed up for certain clinical trials relevant to my certain health conditions, right? If
Mhm.
they were to come out with some experimental drug that would be X, Y, or Z, I would probably take a risk on it, right?
I have in the past. Yes.
And I wouldn't, but again, now after you see this crap, you're like, huh, it just gives me reason to pause, and I don't like it. I
I
don't like,
agree. I
I,
don't like that people are hesitant now and
right,
don't trust the medical field anymore.
right.
And it's not just bad medical practices by providers and nurses and stuff. It's not just that. That is alarming in itself.
Oh, well, the
But
insurance companies are involved,
yeah, there's so
manufacturers are
much that's gone
involved.
wrong.
Yeah, manufacturers are involved. The various countries are involved that supply them to the United States. Uh, this this whole thing, this whole story, is it really kind of hits home. I have relatives that live in that area, and it's disturbing, to know
It
that
is.
a white fog descends on your community,
Well,
and
not that's just the way fog descended. They saw the people spraying the stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. And wait, go ahead. It's because the story gets worse.
It does. So let me hit play so we can get through this. But yeah, it's gonna get worse.
The NRC considered conducting its own study, but concluded it wasn't feasible. In short, it did not test the site, collect samples, or test residents, and they didn't have access to all the data. Their review was based on what the Army gave them, and what the Army either could not find or withheld. The Army ends its statement to News Nation by saying, quote, none of the reports contained evidence of a radioactive component to the zinc cadmium sulfide dispersion tests. Residents say the secrecy and delays are no accident.
They're waiting us out.
They're waiting on all of us to die.
But that's not even the whole story, as residents demand to know what else could have been in that spray.
They have not come clean with what was in there.
Do you believe that it was just zinc cadmium sulfide in that spray?
No.
No.
We go to the source, a researcher who has spent decades declassifying government documents about these tests. Do you believe the U.S. government sprayed some kind of radioactive material on the residents of St. Louis?
I believe that they did.
And the government's surprising response to our request to declassify information.
I mean, what the hell?
Plus, renowned activist Erin Brockovich weighs in.
Do you think there's been a lie here, a cover-up here?
It sure looks that way.
The residents are asking for an apology from the government for being experimented on. They are asking for compensation, for health studies for themselves and their children. They're also asking for transparency.
Okay.
They want the government to release all...
Yes?
And Erin Brockovich was played in the movies by Julia Roberts, but I cannot think of the name of the movie. Was the title Erin Brockovich?
I believe so.
But Julia Roberts played her, and oh, sugar, I can't remember what the story. I remember the story.
Yeah, it was Erin Brockovich, the town that was being used to dump toxic something or another, and she fought it all the way up to the Supreme Court to get that taken care of.
Right, but
she is involved in a lot still to this day.
Correct.
Sorry.
Yeah, her client ended up dying, and she won the money and everything, and they said it really wasn't, the parents really didn't want the money. They wanted it taken care of, so I'm impressed that she's on the case. That means, to me, at least it's an indicator that there's something there.
Oh, yeah.
There.
Oh, yes. And she will get to the bottom of it because she's been doing it for years.
Right.
And go watch the movie. It's really good.
Good movie. Why don't you read a couple of the comments before we move on, Crazy B?
Art says, well, he had to amend it. Don't trust the medical field anymore. I have been my own advocate for years. I had issues long before COVID was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
He also adds, the problem we have is distrust breeds distrust. After a while, nobody will have any trust in anything, whether their distrust is valid or not. And that's where I keep stressing. I don't want anyone to take away from this that they should stop any medical care or treatment or never get any in the future, whether it's a vaccine or not. Because I'll be the first to say I promote vaccines. I very specific ones, but do your research. Talk with your doctor. Weigh the pros and cons. Just that's what I promote. And again, I have my reasons for why I haven't taken certain ones and why I haven't given my kids certain ones, and it's usually related to medical reasons.
Well, RFK just took off the for newborns. Oh, sugar, what's it called? For women that had syphilis. I can't think of the name of the drug, right? But it was automatically given to newborns as soon as they were born. But
and it wasn't necessary because the baby might not have gotten it.
Well, no, here's the rub. They tested the mother before to see if she had it. But they still...
Well, just because you've had it in the past doesn't mean you currently have it now. Well, we have a treatment for syphilis. It's called antibiotics.
Right. It's some. I'd have to look it up. I don't want to tell you the. All I can tell you right now is there was a vaccine that was given to infants immediately after they were born, just like vitamin K. However, women were tested prior to giving birth to see if they carried the disease. The majority of women did not. So the question was, why was the infant child being given the vaccine?
Hold
Right?
on.
JJ got it. He didn't have a choice. One moment, please, while Crazy Bee does a
Yes.
search.
Hold on. It's a penicillin. They're just giving him an antibiotic, according to this.
It was more than that. What was it? What did it cover, Crazy Bee?
So if what that's what I'm saying. It's a benzopenicillin prophylaxis after birth, depending on how long it's needed. It's just an IV antibiotic.
No, this was a straight up injection.
Are you talking a vaccine?
That's what I believe it was, a vaccine. RFK took it off the schedule. It just happened a couple weeks ago.
There is no vaccine for syphilis. That's what I thought.
That's what I'm
No.
saying. That's what I'm saying. I might be wrong on syphilis. Can you
Yeah.
search on what RFK? Can you do a search on what he just did?
Let me do that. Yeah.
I didn't want to get on the STD list, so that's why I stopped.
Okay, so let's see what he's ending. Um, Hepatitis B. Something for measles, polio, and whooping cough, and COVID-19 have all been removed from the newborn
Maybe it was,
requirements.
maybe it was the Hep B. I was thinking.
Yeah,
Maybe,
Hep B shouldn't be. Again, if the mother does not have Hep B, or she was given the vaccine before giving birth, I've never seen a reason why the baby should have to have it.
well, they always gave it.
Yes,
It was
I was
mandated.
one. Everyone
Yeah,
gets it.
yeah,
Everyone since the 70s, I
yeah.
believe.
As well as the vitamin K, and then
Well, most babies are born slightly anemic.
yeah,
So the vitamin K just helps with the blood cells and the
right.
iron and
And
the blood
then
production.
whatever the eye drop is, I forget whatever the eye drops they give.
Oh, JJ used to live 40 minutes out of Mariposa, where the Aaron Brockovich
Yeah,
was
that's
happened.
something, huh?
But yeah, no, there's a lot of vaccines that should be brought into question
Right.
and researched. I believe
Correct.
there should definitely be research into it. I don't agree with pulling it before the research is done,
I agree too.
because then we could end up with a bunch of kids getting stuff that is not good. But again, I just wish they would do a little bit more research
Mm-hmm.
before going and all of a sudden just willy nilly pulling things off of the list, because it's been there. We have a bit of a reason. Um, oh yeah, and the MMR, oh yeah, the measles, mumps, and rubella one was also taken off. Sorry, JJ just pointed that out. I apologize for missing it. But again, this is stuff that I can see why they would want to pull, per se. Like, I can see why they would want to do this, but maybe they should do a little bit more long-term study to see if it's smart to do that.
Right. And
especially now with the influx of immigrants from other countries that have a different set of vaccine styles than we use.
if any. And I was
Yeah.
just going to bring that up because with the influx of illegals coming through the southern border, measles and mumps made a comeback.
Uh-huh.
All the way up through New York, hit Pennsylvania, and a bunch of other states. I mean, it came from Texas all the way north. So
Yeah.
that would be the type of thing that you would question. Why would you take that off? If that could
Especially
prevent
right
it.
now.
Correct. Yep, given the
I'd wait till the
situation we're
border was
in.
completely under control and there was a little bit more studying done.
Right.
That's my personal thing. Do I think that we do need to revamp it? Yes.
Oh, I
And if
mean,
we can
just
make these without so many dangerous ingredients, if there's
yeah,
an
do a
alternative, go for it.
Can you do a quick search to see how many vaccines a child under 6 or 5 receives, or even under 3? I want to say it's like in the 20s.
Let's just do in their lifetime.
Okay.
Let's do that. Oh, funny. AI has nothing to add.
Really? Wonder
Um,
why.
children birth to 18, they're they're not talking. Hold on. They're not wanting to including boosters. I got to do including boosters.
Yeah, because a lot of them require 2 or 3 boosters.
Uh-huh. And nothing wants to give. Hold on.
How
Let me
many
do a
do
quick count. Hold on. I'll do a count. So, oh, you got to pull up the damn tables each time.
Wow. You don't have to do that, Crazy Bee. I can do it when we're done. If you
Yeah,
want.
it's just
Or we could put the link in the description below if
yeah. Oh,
anybody's
here it is.
interested.
Here it is.
Okay.
So, they're saying okay, this is again when it had COVID on it. So there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 total vaccines. Now there's various different brands that are
Mm-hmm.
on here, but there are 20 recommended and not including the boosters.
Right.
This was before RFK jumped in.
Mm-hmm.
And that includes the HPV one, which both my kids got.
What? Right.
Because when you were a teenager, I got you the HPV vaccine
When
because
did that happen?
You were a teenager. It was, I think, just in high school.
I don't remember.
Artie's saying this is probably not a subject for
Yeah, I
lively.
know. Well, this is again, I'm not saying yay or nay to any of these, and I'm not trying to
We're just
discourage anyone.
identifying how many there are, that's all.
Yeah. And I actually just, like I said, I'll tell everyone which ones I got my kids. And I'll gladly give my reasoning why, but YouTube won't like it, so I won't
Right.
give too much on my reasoning why.
Well, what's
But
interesting is
go ahead.
personal, with the baby, his parents did not want him to get things immediately. They wanted to wait until he was at least 6 months old or older.
Mhm.
The PCP said you will either get them or you will be discharged from the practice.
I thought they agreed to letting them do that.
No. They waited till he was almost 3 months old, but they made him get the
Oh.
yeah. I thought I told you that. I
No, but I
apologize.
know that they
Yeah.
had gotten them like one here, one there, not
Nope.
all at once.
Nope. Nope. The last time he went in, he had 3 at one time. And so they said, if not, bye-bye, which then means your record's flagged and who else is going to take you on?
Child services could step in and
Yep.
stuff.
Hi, Vanilla.
Hey, Vanilla.
Yeah, exactly, because you're being a delinquent parent. So it is, again, you talk about government overreach.
Well,
You
it's
don't
not like his
get to make
parents said we're never going to get him these. We just want to
correct.
stretch them out.
Yeah, and they wanted to wait for his own immunity and the colostrum to build up in his system and let
Yeah.
him chill for a little bit. You know what I mean? Instead of everything seeming so, in her case, the pregnancy and the delivery was all difficult and, you know,
Yeah.
more, you know, we won't go into a lot of detail, but on the more violent side. So they wanted the baby to kind of relax and take it easy for the first 3 months. But he did get certain things done to which they weren't happy about. But the doctor was like, if not too bad, so sad. So they had to, make the determination to go for, to go through it. And then only to find out that RFK took off the one, which was,
Yeah, I know.
just by, a couple months. But it is what it is. And again, we are not providing medical advice. All
We're
we
just
did was
talking our
pull up the
personal.
list to count
Yep.
the number that a child from birth to 18 receives, as well as what personal experience we each have.
And here's my thoughts on this too is why aren't they doing a titer test before giving a booster to see if the booster's even needed?
Exactly.
Because everybody's immune system is different.
Right.
This shouldn't be a one size fits all.
Well, that would be, require a little bit of effort.
Well, I get that, yeah, but
Right.
nobody wants to do that.
Right.
But it does bug me.
All right, hit play because this story continues to get worse.
Yes, it does. Here we go.
All the documents about the spraying. So, Elizabeth, tomorrow night on your show, we will go on a journey to try to declassify the one government document that a key researcher tells us she has never been able to expose. And we take the investigation to Erin Brockovich. For the residents still here, still fighting, the question is whether they will get any answers before it's too late. Elizabeth.
Well, they have a better chance of it with you on the case. Natasha Zuvez, thank you so much. News Nation's Natasha Zuvez picks up the investigation from here.
We're on our way to meet with a researcher right now who has dedicated her career, decades, to declassifying documents and trying to figure out what exactly happened here in the city of St. Louis and what exactly was in that spray. Across the country, the government conducted secret Cold War experiments in plain sight.
It was so secretive that we're really just now sort of digging out from underneath this to try to understand the scale of it.
And Dr. Lisa Martino-Taylor helped uncover many of them.
We know that they were giving radioactive cocktails to pregnant women. We know that they were feeding radioactive oatmeal to children in state schools. They've admitted to those.
State schools feeding radioactive oatmeal to children.
That in of itself is fucked up.
Yes, it is.
That is really, that out of all of this, and I apologize as usual, I haven't eaten all day, so I thought I would grab a drink, but that in of itself is making this story so fucked up. It makes me so pissed off. Radioactive oatmeal. I don't know if I'll ever be able to eat oatmeal again.
I am not sure.
It makes You just want to look at shit sideways from now on.
And this is again where our own government has worked against itself.
Well, not itself, not only itself, but against us. I mean, how much
Yeah.
are we supposed to take?
When do we draw the line?
Right.
When and where?
But
Someone tell me, please.
if you don't hear of these stories, I don't know when the story aired, or if it even made it to air. I don't know. It's and we have all these stories about the drones being in the air, the Chinese balloons floating, being permitted to float from the west coast to the east coast, and nobody's stopping it.
Yeah, that's another one.
Yep,
And China could have been trailing chemicals the entire time.
exactly.
If they weren't collecting data, they could have been trailing chemicals.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Mm. Sorry, had to grab a drink myself. Uh no, it just bugs me. And then you look at Tuskegee experiments, stuff
Right.
like that.
Yep.
That's why so many people of the African American community are hesitant of doctors in medicine,
Correct.
is because that was literally targeted on black Air Force people, men of the Air Force, and just to treat syphilis. Go figure.
Yep.
They wanted to see what it would do if it was untreated. So they gave it to these people and never treated it.
Right.
Yeah. Jay goes, at first I thought I heard Lord Sterling, but it turns out to be D. Because of where you were in the house, it changed the way your voice sounded.
There you go.
But
There you go.
yeah.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Oh, that's
I'm
good.
all hoarse and can't talk, and
Oh God. All right. Let
what a
me
crazy. And we had a story yesterday that we shared, which if you didn't listen to it, go out and listen to it. Uh, it just makes you question everything.
yes, it
At
does.
least that's
Agent
where I'm at. Yep.
Yep. Luckily my dad was in the Mediterranean, not in actual Vietnam, so I didn't have to worry about that one. But my
Right.
stepdad had been actually on the ground in Vietnam along with my ex-husband's stepfather. They were both in the army and got put boots on the ground. But go figure, both our dads were helping keep the Mediterranean region and the parts of the Atlantic Ocean safe.
Yeah. My uncle was in Vietnam, and he would take over. He was in the huge aircraft carrier planes that took supplies over, right? But on the way back, they had to bring cargo back. And they were in many times parts, not even attached to what they belonged to.
Yep.
And they were many, many, many unalived soldiers. And
Yes.
you don't know what you know, chemicals he came in encountered with just from what he had to do.
Yeah.
I had a boss that did the same thing. He was a medic that actually went out on the field, and he talked about Agent Orange all the time. It just is it, it's all just I can't
And
I
it's
can't do
again,
an
this is
Alex
the stuff
Jones
we know about.
yeah, I can't do an Alex Jones impersonation, but this calls for one, let me tell you.
Oh yes, I wish I could do it too at this point. What was that, pure evil?
Uh-huh. Evil, pure evil, I think.
Oh, Operation Ranch Hand. Only
Mm,
you can prevent a forest fire.
yeah,
Yeah, there's then MK Ultra with the LSD.
right?
I mean, at least let people know they're about to have that kind of trip. I mean, my God.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit. I mean, a lot of people like to take LSD for the fun of it, but if you're unsuspecting,
Look out.
uh, Art says there were more chemicals than Agent Orange too. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
and didn't they do some of the World War II veterans and were exposed to chemical warfare? If I remember correctly,
I remember stories of,
mustard gas. It was mustard
yes,
gas. World War One and Two.
mustard. Mustard gas. Is that what you said?
Yes.
I thought you said Buster.
No,
That's okay.
mustard.
Okay.
Yeah, this is again where I used to work for an elderly woman that had a big canister of Agent Orange in her garage. How
What the
legal
heck?
is that?
Yeah, and what was she going to do with it?
I'm curious.
Yeah, me too. You have to put that up in
Uh-huh.
the Discord, Vanilla.
Unless he's bullshitting again.
Mm-hmm.
But um let's go ahead hit play. This one's just a really messed up story.
Those things, and they won't release the material related to St. Louis.
It's true. American children in state-run institutions like the Fernald School were fed radioactive oatmeal as part of studies by MIT sponsored by the Atomic Energy Commission. You can see some of the documents Dr. Martino Taylor worked to gather and declassify on MIT letterhead describing experiments on human subjects. The children, some of them orphans, were told they'd be joining a science club. They were promised a quart of milk a day, a trip to a baseball game, to the beach. A copy of the 1994 congressional hearing shows those children, now grown, describing being told the oatmeal was just vitamins and recalling the health problems that followed: lumps on my arms, my stomach. Pregnant women were also unknowingly given radioactive iron at top hospitals in Tennessee and California to study how radiation crossed the placenta, some later reporting miscarriages, illness, or birth defects. A class action lawsuit resulted in a settlement in the 90s.
Do you believe the U.S. government sprayed some kind of radioactive material on the residents of St. Louis?
I believe that they did. There's so much contextual evidence that points that way, and I spent years looking at this.
She says her research reveals the men who designed and oversaw the St. Louis experiments were some of the top experts in radioactive weapons.
We know that the people who designed the study, who oversaw the study, these were all the radiological weapons experts who were looking at open air radiological weapons.
One of them, Brigadier General William Creasy, was head of the Army Chemical Corps, the very branch leading America's secret radiological weapons program during the Cold War. He brought in a scientist named Philip Layton, who was the Army's leading authority on using radioactive particles in aerosol form, fog-like clouds designed to drift over enemy terrain.
So the very man who designed this spraying experiment in St. Louis was an expert in using radioactive fog against the enemy.
Yes, he was the expert, the expert.
If I remember correctly, there was also an experiment with radiation that was used on army soldiers. And there was another one with anthrax that was released on a ship of American military members just to see the how if aerosolized would cause the same problems. If I remember correctly, that is another set of experiments messing with aerosolized components. It's fucked up.
It's more than that. I have no words for it.
And they wanted to point the fingers and yell Hitler bad and take over and destroy him. We are
We're messed up big time.
they all talk about the Nazi scientists and how horrible they were. We ain't much better.
No, we're not. I mean,
Oh,
yesterday we discussed the sane asylums and what went on
mhm.
there. Other
That's another
additional
thing. Yeah,
experiments, you know?
it's messed up. How did we end up being so messed up as a country?
Does anybody really give a shit?
Well, I do, because I'd like to fix it and prevent it from happening again.
Well,
Well,
hopefully we
4
need
more minutes.
people to, like, follow, comment, subscribe, and definitely share this particular story out.
Please. All right, let's get through the last 4 minutes.
Then she says there's the timing.
They were looking for a city to test their offensive weapons program. They wanted to do it. They expressed this in documents. St. Louis was their chosen city. That was their analog city to Moscow. And they wanted to do this in 1953. And they showed up in 1953 in St. Louis.
But there's one document Dr. Martino Taylor has never been able to unearth. It's still classified. The Joint Quarterly Reports detail the spraying experiments, all written by Layton himself. The last one is missing. It's called Joint Quarterly Report 5, and we tried to get it. Our team filed a Freedom of Information Act request on May 5th of 2025. By law, the government must respond to a FOIA within 20 working days, but it's been more than 3 months with multiple follow-ups. Nothing. The silence is what's called a constructive denial, and renowned activist Erin Brockovich says it reminds her of cases where the truth was hidden.
So, Erin, what is your reaction to this News Nation investigation? Did this shock even you?
Absolutely. I think my comment was, are we WTF the kidding me? I mean, what the hell? It's awful. I mean, the biggest thing, and I've learned in 30 years, is it's always the cover up that enrages people, that hurts people. And I've learned that communities can handle the truth. What they don't handle and where they'll tip a scale is the lie. So this has been a cover-up, and I think that modern-day agencies owe it to them, the truth.
Do you think there's been a lie here, a cover-up here?
It sure looks that way.
Our investigation now drawing attention from lawmakers, including Congressman Wesley Bell of Missouri.
When American citizens have been impacted and exposed to chemicals specifically because of the federal government, I think that we should do, as Democrats and Republicans, we should all do the right thing, make certain to make these folks whole again, get them the compensation they deserve and the treatment that they need and also deserve.
It can happen to you. Don't get duped that it can't happen to you. We didn't think it was going to happen to us. We was babies, kids. It can happen to you, too.
Representative Bell is now fighting to get Pruitt-Igoe included in the Radiation Exposure Compensation Act. That would provide payouts to Americans who can prove they were exposed to radiation during the Cold War. But for Pruitt-Igoe residents, there's a catch. Because key records remain classified, they haven't been able to prove what they were exposed to.
What do you want everyone to know about what happened here?
The truth. Whatever the truth is, we want to know the truth. I don't think we're getting it now.
In the meantime, residents say all they can do is wait, hoping someone finally listens.
When will you give up this fight?
Never. Till I'm cold and dead and buried in my grave.
And Elizabeth, we asked the Army point blank, was there a radioactive component to that spray? It's interesting that they didn't just say no. Rather, they said, quote, none of the reports contained evidence of a radioactive component, pointing us to reports like a review by the National Research Council. But Elizabeth, a close read of that report shows even the NRC admitted they could not fully assess the risk of the spraying, because when they asked the Army for key records, the Army replied the documents were either classified or they were missing. The Army could not find them. And Elizabeth, I have to tell you, these residents feel the government is waiting them out. The people you just heard from last night and tonight are the ones who are still here, who are well enough to speak. One woman we were supposed to meet with died before we could get to her. She was suffering from multiple cancers. Her daughter asked us to keep going, and we will keep pushing for information, including those classified documents, Elizabeth.
All right, Natasha Zuva, stay on the case. Thank you so much for that investigation.
So what this means to me, by the government saying there's no evidence of it, is they have no fucking clue themselves.
Oh, no, they know. They took it. I guarantee probably Fauci himself was involved somehow. They
I
know.
don't know. He was no, he didn't come into running things till the 80s.
And this, yeah, but
This
they had
happened
the
in the 50s.
right. I understand that, but what I'm saying is the congressional hearings and all that were in the 90s, and you know, I'm sure. I'm just saying he would have probably been a good resource for them to utilize. That's all I'm suggesting. Throw out another conspiracy theory. Why not? But the whole story is really messed up. And it gives
Yeah.
you pause to think what the hell is going on now. So, if this is indeed the case that, oh, we're going to drop things from a plane could be obvious, oh, maybe that weather balloon from China was okay.
Hmm. Yeah, that's why I say I don't trust anything our government says or does. Whatever they're saying, there's maybe a drop of truth, and the rest is just BS. I've had a lot of trust issues with the government over it.
Mm-hmm.
And this just added to another reason not to ever trust the government. They shoot themselves in the foot metaphorically with this crap. When they do stuff like this, the people will not trust them, but then they want us to trust them during a medical emergency.
Right,
But they do shit like this.
right.
No, I'm not going to trust y'all. Like, hello. That's just me. I don't suggest anyone be me, but I'm just pointing out my perspective. I can't trust them after that shit. So I don't know. It's messed up.
All right.
God,
Quit,
sorry.
quit yawning. Wake up.
I'm trying. Next on our list, we have a video about some facial recognition things going on.
Here's another one.
Another reason
Uh huh.
to hide your face.
So basically what you're doing is you're taking a photo of me, it's gonna do the facial recognition and find every image on the internet that has my face in it,
Yeah.
whether I'm tagged in it or not. You could find my face in the middle of the Super Bowl stadium.
As long as it's on the internet, let me take a picture and send it to myself. I took a picture of your face. This has never been on the internet, right?
That is a really good looking man right there.
Amazing. So I uploaded that. You can go through these and see if there's anything that you don't want on there. You could be in a photo that you're not aware of.
Oh wow, this is like everything. It just keeps going.
Measured 120 points on your face, associated a picture that's never touched the internet with you. Cool stuff.
That's insane.
That is really insane. And thank God there's not a lot of pictures of me anywhere on the internet that I'm aware of. And if they are, they're very old.
Just because they're old doesn't mean anything.
Well, I'm just saying there's not that much.
Yeah.
It's not like him with military service. Pictures were taken, then scanned and uploaded. Um, that didn't happen to anything that I'm aware of, unless it was like a school book type of thing and they digitized it. Um, yeah, I don't think that's ever happened.
Well,
So,
everybody thought school pictures were for to just get your pictures and, share them with your friends. But one of the reasons behind them were to attach to your record so that they could see what you looked like.
hmm
And oftentimes you'd come into the office and say, "Hey, I'm Crazy B." And they'd go to the C's and pull out Crazy B and check your picture against the photo.
hmm
Um, and so that picture that photographer took, whether your family uh, got the pictures or not, there was a picture of you that was taken and put to your file.
yeah,
So there's another thing. You know what I mean? Like Where are all those photos of us that were taken as from the time we were in kindergarten through high school?
Yeah.
Where's all our records at? Where are they at?
Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
That's a really good question, but who knows?
Yep. So this facial recognition, I think, is going to be. I think it'll have some pluses, obviously, in law enforcement. Uh, and obviously it worked in J6. I
Yeah,
don't
but it
know.
didn't work on the people who were harvesting ballots and dropping off more than they were legally allowed to drop off. But,
Right,
we don't talk about that, right?
right. Or all, or any of the other BLM or the current, demonstrators, protesters. They can't
Hmm.
find them at all, but who knows?
Yeah, it's funny, but they could find J6ers in a snap of a
A
finger.
second, yep. All right, why don't you read
Huh.
some comments?
All right. So, uh, where will okay? So Art says World War II was phosgene, mustard, and among others. Their use was outlawed after the war. Yup. Going back to the lady with the Agent Orange, he has no clue how she obtained it, but I think it was her deceased husband's. And then I added in, well, that makes some sense, but it's still dangerous. Art
But
says
they
my
bought it at a garage sale.
I doubt that. Um, Art says my picture is probably still out there from my teaching days, but I was appearing in public, so none of it was private. There is no definition of privacy in the Constitution. It's a court creation. Okay. Yeah, that actually makes sense too. I don't recall the Constitution saying anything about privacy,
No,
protecting our privacy.
no.
So, but I still don't like people nosing up in my business. I mean, if someone comes through my door and starts spying, like just walks in and won't leave and starts doing whatever in my house, I'm going to be calling the cops. So, but yet they can digitally do the same thing.
Right.
Get into the cameras, get into the microphones. How is that allowed? Just because it's digital instead of a physical appearance. But then again, someone comes to my door and just starts rifling through my things, they're probably going to get hit or
Right.
worse. So,
I think
you know,
they'll get the
it
worst
sucks.
part. I don't think they'll get the hit part. I think they'll get the worst part.
Oh, depends if they have a weapon on them.
Right.
I would, if they're unarmed, I'd be like, "What the hell are you doing? Get the hell out!" Give them plenty of warnings. Get on the phone with the cops. Now, if they had a weapon, that's it. That's done and over.
All right. What's up next?
What's up next is a few news articles.
Okay. Well, we're praying today was better than yesterday, but there are no guarantees, folks.
Do you need me to enlarge?
Yes, please. Maybe that'll help. And don't go crazy with the cursor either. I'll be smacking my tablet
You
again.
have fun with that.
Yeah, right. This is, I believe, a summary. We may have an article to go with it. But Australia is to recognize the state of Palestine at the UN General Assembly. On August 13th of 2025, Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese announced Australia's official recognition of Palestine at the United Nations General Assembly this month. This decision aligns with Australia's consistent cross-party endorsement of a two-state solution and comes in the wake of Hamas's October 7th, 2023 attacks, which resulted in 1,200 fatalities. Albanese emphasized that Hamas will have no role in any future Palestinian state, stating, "We exclude terrorists, we exclude Hamas and condemned Hamas's violence. Hamas welcomed the recognition, with co-founder Hassan Youssef calling it an important step towards achieving justice, while opposition leader Suzanne Ley urged reversing the decision. The recognition sparked sharp domestic controversy and international attention amidst ongoing humanitarian crises in Gaza and calls for aid access and hostage releases. And I
I
believe,
mean, we've only been trying that for over how many years now?
right, I believe Trump just put out a truth social post yesterday saying that he expects Hamas to release all of the hostages immediately, not one or two here or there. He did
Yeah.
not say too much about what he was going to do if they did not.
Okay. Why do I have the Australia one up there twice?
Do not know.
Um, because you sent it to me twice.
Mm-hmm.
There was supposed to be one about America not recognizing the state of Palestine, but it's the
Well,
same Australia one.
I will tell you that I have been experiencing difficulty in copying links, and them being the appropriate link with the appropriate title. Something is amiss in River City.
Oh yeah.
Something, yeah, something weird has been going on. I didn't mention it to you, but now that you've noticed it, it's a problem because I thought I caught them. Hey, Four Corners, good to see you.
Hello. Well, we will just move on to the next article then.
Okay, it wouldn't be a third one.
No, there was no other articles for
No,
that
no, I'm
topic.
just being a smartass saying
Oh,
it's not a third one of the same thing.
no, it's not.
Okay,
Luckily.
yeah.
All right. So this is our next article
Mm-hmm.
pertaining to Trump offering to help police officers.
Mm-hmm. To join immigration enforcement. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security said on Tuesday that it would pay state and local law enforcement officers salaries and benefits in places where governments join a program to cooperate with federal immigration enforcement.
Oh, that was it?
Mm,
That was the summary.
there should have been a little bit more of a story. And
Um,
again, I must be, yeah, this is proof. I apologize, Crazy B. I'm going to have, well, we're going to have to talk when we're done. Because
yeah,
something, yeah, something's going wrong then on the,
we can go ahead and read a full article.
yeah, go
The
ahead.
Raiders.
Yeah, go ahead, click on that.
I'm just making sure it's not pulling anything up of my info.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. I am going to have to enlarge that. That is
Thing,
tiny.
teeny tiny, like your little, bug thing that you have.
Your bug issue, my mouse.
Uh-huh. The Trump administration offers to pay police wages in places that join immigration enforcement. This is from September the 2nd. So, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security said on Tuesday that it would pay state and local law enforcement officers salaries and benefits in places where governments join a program to cooperate with federal immigration enforcement. The offer, which begins October 1st, would also provide up to 25%, I see the cursor, of an officer's salary and overtime costs and bonuses to agencies based on performance, DHS said. President Donald Trump's administration aims to deport record numbers of immigrants in the U.S. illegally and has intensified enforcement across the country. The Republican led Congress in July passed a spending package that gave U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement $75 billion over a little more than 4 years, a funding surge that ICE plans to use to ramp up operations. The Trump administration has worked to expand so-called 287G immigration enforcement partnerships with state and local law enforcement, and their number has risen from 135 to 958 since Trump took office in January, DHS said. Immigrant advocates say the agreements sow mistrust of law enforcement in immigrant communities and could lead to racial profiling. The partnership falls under a program called the Task Force Model that was terminated under, guess who, former President Barack Obama, but restarted in Trump's second term. It allows state and local law enforcement to make immigration arrests while performing their policing duties. In a June fact sheet, the Leadership Conference on Civil and Human Rights called it the most dangerous and invasive form of the task force model. A Justice Department investigation in 2012 found that North Carolina sheriffs illegally stopped and detained Latino drivers under the program. Nayan Gupta, policy director of the pro-immigration American Immigration Council, said tasking local police with immigration work means they spend less time on actual public safety threats in our own communities, and immigrants become scared to report actual crimes.
Bullshit.
And I think go back up to that number, Crazy B.
One second.
Was that 135 to 958?
Yeah. Yep.
That's a pretty significant jump. So does that mean perhaps that the thumb of the Biden administration that placed on law enforcement with assisting ICE in any way made this change possible?
I think so.
That plus, with the federal government ponying up a significant portion of a police officer's salary, I could
Mm-hmm.
see them taking it, because it's going to assist, maybe a, somewhat smaller police force uh, to help in their salary and their benefits programs as long
Yeah.
as they perform. Now, what that looks like, I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Don't yawn. Because then this will be called the Sleeping Sisters instead of the Rex Sisters. For some reason, it's been a long ass week.
It has. It feels like it's just been a long week, but my eyes are burning right now. I don't know where my eye drops are either. So be patient with me while I am dabbing my eyes
And my
because they're
throat hurts.
watering.
I can't breathe. I have a sore throat and a
Yeah.
headache.
Sounds about right for this time of year.
Uh-huh.
Do you want to do the video first or the article on this next one?
Which one is it?
Oh, shit, don't make me yawn. The nail polish one.
Let's do the video first.
And then we'll do the article second.
Yeah.
Okay, one moment. Um. Okay, let me come over here and do this, and then do this, and then do that. And we'll just hit play because it's only 7 seconds long.
Mm-hmm.
I had to cut out audio. Or no, there was no audio. But basically, this smart nail polish will detect GHB and Rohypnol. in drinks for women in the bars. So they will be forewarned if their drinks have been laced with any kind of date rape drugs.
Do you have
And
do you have all of the articles that go with this story? Or
I
just
think we only had two. And
okay.
then you questioned if it was a legitimate product, and it isn't on
Eh,
the market yet, which we did look into.
Well, I did a little bit deeper dive into it and they are debunking it. Although, if you go out onto Amazon and some other sites, there are products that do uh,
Hold on, let
similar.
me pull up that article.
Okay.
The fact check on it, right?
Yeah,
Um,
that's the one I wasn't quite sure if that was that legit or not.
um,
Now, the reason for us to bring this up would be, and this goes back, I believe the article states, Crazy B, that they kind of absconded with the money or
I'll
misused
pull it
the.
up. Here,
Okay,
I'll pull up that one article that you requested a fact check on.
okay. Now,
Um, I
first off,
didn't see there was a request on it.
yeah,
I
first off,
thought you asked me to fact check it in
yeah,
general.
we're okay. The reason for this is seeing it at first glance, and Crazy B, we'll have the information in the description, but it is an excellent idea if it indeed would work. And that's what right now I'm not sure. Initially, what I found to be was that it was, and then I saw a story questioning it and did a little bit further, deeper dive into it, and then getting results back, and we'll go into that in a minute. But as many women being in the bar, seeing that there are Crazy B immediately. Well, when we first found it, Crazy B actually went out and looked for a product to see where you could buy it, and we were directed to their website, and I believe the website said it wasn't available yet.
No, I looked at first if there was an article. I asked Google if there was anywhere you could buy it, and it
I
said
see.
no, it wasn't there yet.
Okay.
Um, and that was the problem.
And then we went to Amazon and typed the information in, and we found similar.
Similar, but not the same.
Correct. That would identify if drugs were added to your drink. So, this really, I think, would be a beneficial type product if they could indeed launch it and get it up onto the market. Now, this to me, I don't know, Crazy B, kind of doesn't make sense that why is it floating around on YouTube? I don't know, because.
Well, according to this article right here, this was all the way back in 2016, 15
Mm-hmm.
and 16.
Right. So this goes back to in a Facebook post from 2016, four students from North Carolina State University are said to be the brains behind a nifty nail polish which changes colors when a painted fingernail is dipped into a drink spiked with date R drugs. While there is some truth to the post, the original concept was abandoned in favor of a different product, the disc shaped SIP chip, which went to market last year.
No, wait, when was this article written? 2019.
Right. And I looked for the SIP chip and could not find it anywhere.
Okay.
So this was said that they were looking for GHP, Rapinol, and Xanax. The wearer could stir her drink with a fingernail, and if the drink was tampered with, uh, then she would know within seconds because the polish color would change. Um,
Uh-huh.
It would be nice if it was a real idea. Now, I also looked into two of the gentlemen, and they have, obviously have grown up since then and have moved on and are doing other things. So I couldn't get a good enough hit on really anything about the story after this came out.
Mm-hmm.
Originally, I thought it was a brand new concept that just was hitting the market, that was just found out like in 2024,
So it's making a resurgence.
Yeah, so to come, we find out that it's an older story. It's floating around YouTube as a short, and as we delve into it, we find out that it's telling us a little bit different tale.
Yes.
That there was a lot of money was invested into launching the product, and that money had been misallocated, abused, whatever you want to call it. But it would be nice if somebody in the country could come up with something like this. Kind of reminds me when I look at the polish. Remember the old mood rings?
Yes.
Remember those? That kind of reminds me of the
A
concept.
school bus just pulled up.
So I even looked on eBay to see if there
Uh-huh.
would be, oftentimes there's old product laying around. I couldn't find a SIP chip for love nor money. So if it's available anywhere or
Well,
anything
it
that
was on Good Morning America.
I know, if you want
They
to hit,
tested those.
yeah, if you want to hit play for that crazy bee, this might be, now this is
Personal
this is
safety
what
is
we, hold on one second.
That's what I just was pausing.
This is what we found on Amazon, was this Undercover Colors. This is a
Yes.
legit product. So this is something that could be used. So go ahead, Crazy Bee.
something all families have to think about, whether your daughter's away at college or you walk home alone every night after work.
All right, the good news is there are more gadgets and tech than ever before. They can help you and your loved ones stay safe. And here to show us is former Secret Service agent Evie Pompouras. Hi, Evie.
Hi,
How are you?
Everybody, how are you?
They're acting like she just appeared out of nowhere.
People now more than ever are worried about their safety, and there's some tips that you say are very easy to just make us all feel at home and safe.
Yes, absolutely. So what I want to start off with first is we're going to do something, it's called a SIP chip. And the SIP chip basically, so we always hear about people going out and having drinks and having their drinks spiked.
Yeah.
All right, so this is a really great device. I'm going to give you one, Jenna, and one, Hoda.
Okay.
Just rip it open. What we're going to do is we're
so you
going
can take
to
this with you, like
you can take this, you can put it on your keys.
Okay.
You can carry it with you, and so when somebody gives you a drink and you think it could be spiked, you can test it. So right here, I have to put that down.
You're gonna spike one of them.
We have one that's spiked and one that's not. So we're gonna take this one here. We have a Xanax here. SIP chip actually gave it to us.
Okay.
We're gonna put it in our pink, our rosé here. We're gonna leave that
So we
there.
leave that for a few
That's our
minutes.
spiked drink. This is our white wine drink. And so then when you have the chip, give me this. You just take your pinky.
So we'll just wait. We'll let this sit for a minute.
Oh, no,
and
but
see
we
how
have
it
to,
does.
no, we have to test it.
We're going to test it. This happens actually really quickly. It absorbs it within seconds, and all we have to do is kind of give it a swirl a little bit.
Yeah.
And so, first we'll do this one. We don't want to contaminate it. So here's our clean one. No, nothing in there, nothing spiked. And we drop it in there.
Right.
Let's make sure we drop it in.
Do you want me to do the rosé?
So you want to do the rosé?
Just in case it.
Yeah, drop it in there. Okay, perfect.
I feel like I need to get down in there.
There we go, perfect. So we'll let these kind of work. It takes about 2 minutes to kind of work.
But think about what peace of mind
Is
this
it?
might give parents.
I got a question. Is it legal for that company to hand out Xanax in the testing packets?
I don't know, but Crazy Bee, this is the wrong video I'm thinking of. This is Undercover Colors, which initially was.
Yeah. Well, they
part of
have
SIP
more than
chip.
one product that they were going to cover.
So this is not this product.
But let
here.
me see if I can find the Undercover Color.
Yes. Yeah, because it's under a different.
All right. Da, 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 da.
One moment, please, while we are Googling some information.
I gotta find a way to share this without it being on
How about a
my.
screenshot?
Hold on. I'm going to just open it with a different web browser and show that screen as a whole.
Okay.
Okay, this is one I'm not logged in on.
Okay.
Um, I'm trying to find it.
It's just put in either undercover colors and
I put undercover color.
okay, try
Hold on, let me. Nope, that's not
no,
it.
because they don't remember that I said they don't have it. Here, I'm sending you this. You could share this.
Well, here's a few different ones
Right,
that
there's
you
a
would have
test my
to.
drink strips.
Yes, I have a bunch of those up.
You got those? Okay. There
And
is
then I'll show that in the meantime while you're working on the other thing.
okay.
I apologize to everyone there. Give me one moment while I fix this. And
Yeah, most of that's really a crazy bee. It's that one and just it's really just the test my drink strips that are out and available right now.
this is your current. There's a couple. There's Drink Angel, Drink Spikeettes.
Yeah,
You
I don't
know,
even see that doesn't even pop for me. The only thing that pops for me in my area is the test my drink strip.
yeah. In my area, we have a lot more options. Oh, there's one called Think Twice. So,
Or
yeah.
not at all.
Or just don't accept drinks from people.
Right.
Hold on. Vanilla says, "I don't know. It seems a little gross. I'd rather be. I'd rather it be like a mixing spoon. You know, alcohol is going to kill any germs and bacteria that come off your fingers during this, right? The alcohol in the drink, it's just going
Well,
to
although
obliterate those.
yeah, but third piece. Never mind. I'm just gonna not say. Shut up.
Yeah, most alcoholic, like 99.9% of alcoholic drinks, can absolutely obliterate all the germs and bacteria on your fingers. I don't mind using my finger to stir a drink. So,
I mean,
yeah, and
this
these are
could,
relatively
you
good
know,
priced.
as a woman, if you are gonna accept drinks from strange men, or when they say, "Hey, it came from that table over there," and there sits vanilla, and we go, are we gonna take this drink or not? Yeah, put your finger in and stir it. We'll check it.
Mhm. And a lot of these are like the pregnancy tests, like you were suggesting, where you
Right.
drip the like he was suggesting later.
Right.
He says, or something like a that looks like a pregnancy tester that clips into the rim of the cup and
Wow.
stays into the drink till it's done. Oh, that's
Nope.
actually well. That wouldn't work
Because
because
I'd
one.
have to pee in the cup while I was at the table then.
No, 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 no. He's
I
talking. It just
know,
stays in
I
there.
know. I'm being a smartass.
Or a straw that changes colors. But
Mm-hmm.
by that point, well, no, because if you just dip the straw in and it changes colors, that would be great. However, no, you can't leave these sitting in a cup because it won't pick up once it's already detected a liquid. It will not change color afterwards. If something gets added while you're out, you have to just retest it. Unfortunately, I wish they had reusable test strips, but no, they don't. So, but this is definitely things that are worth, getting if you have daughters or even sons, stuff like
Yeah,
that, because men can be drugged and assaulted as well. They're just less likely to report it.
correct.
Who would care about them?
Well, no, because it's embarrassing and they have to go and explain what happened to them.
Hmm.
And a lot of men are embarrassed by that kind of stuff and they will not report it. And it sucks. But yeah, just this is some stuff worth keeping around. I'm thinking about something that's reusable, constantly testing. Yeah, this is again where the nail polish would come in handy because you got 10 fingers, you can test 10 drinks.
Right.
So
And
for
consider
me,
putting it on. Could I put it on my toes and test too?
I mean, if you really are okay with sticking your toe in your drink, I would. So
Well,
technically 20, because
uh,
again, bacteria is all killed off by the alcohol.
now we
So
really freaked out vanilla.
I'm sure that can be invented easily. I think one of the biggest things with nail polish is chemical seepage into the drink from the nail polish. Um, I think that might have been one of the biggest issues they would have come across. Just my personal opinion.
Yeah, I don't recall reading that it was more mismanagement of money.
Mismanagement of money.
Uh,
Okay, well, we still have one more article on this. Um,
okay.
it's the pushback on it.
Why
One.
don't you go ahead and read that if you're up for it?
Okay, if I can get my frickin' mouse to work again. One moment. Well, I go absolutely batshit over this nonsense not working. And then we have one more article after this. So,
Okay.
where am I at? Here I am. Sorry, be patient with me, folks. I really am sorry. Okay, here we are. Another article. I will go ahead and read through this. This is the BBC's trending backlash against the polish to detect date rape drugs, or the rape drugs. This came from 2014, and so it gives you the basic rundown of who the people were, which we already know. But the pushback comes from rape prevention nail polish sounds like a great idea. I'm not sure how you're going to get men to wear it. Agreed. That is a big problem. Um, the next one that pushed back is how about women don't have to wear special nail polish and dunk their fingers into every cocktail? I agree. We should be fixing the culture, preventing men from thinking this is acceptable to do. Even if it is a mental illness, it's not okay. Um, then the next one is this new nail polish that detects the date rape drug is great if you think women aren't trying hard enough not to get raped. And again, they consider this victim blaming, you know, making the victim feel she's at fault and this, that, the other. I disagree with all of that, especially the last two. I don't care that I have to take an extra step because society isn't going to be able to interfere fast enough. And until it is fixed, I would rather be safe than sorry.
I agree
I'm
with.
just
Yeah, I
sorry,
agree
go
with
ahead.
that. I said I agree with that. You know, anything. Well, I mean, there's even more to that as far as, like you said earlier, not to accept the drink in the first place. That would be the ideal situation. You
Uh
know,
huh.
well, even in groups of friends, strange things can happen. So
Yes.
I don't know. Um, anything, if I had a daughter, any, and even sons, probably, again, I wouldn't get them probably to wear the nail polish, maybe on their toes, but I don't know. Anything that I could do to help prevent that, and I'm sure some of these products that you have shown on the screen would satisfy the needs of any parent.
Yes.
And the thing to stress to your children is to make sure that you use it. The
Yes.
same way that I preach, uh, abstinence is the best thing against an unwanted pregnancy. And if not, there needs to be some type of birth control. And as I told my sons and always had them provided, is the use of condoms today, because you don't know where things have been, what body parts are where, and uh, with the increases in sexually transmitted diseases now,
Hmm.
being on a birth control pill just does not cut it anymore. So
Yep.
there's a lot out there that, parents need to be worried about, and you need to be open and honest with your children and to have these discussions. And if you can't
Yes.
do it, then you need to take them to a medical professional who can explain it to them.
Uh-huh.
And
And
not only that,
welcome
but
cannabis.
right, and not high cannabis, and not only that, but as the parent, then have go to the physician and have your physician, you know, kind of support uh, or confirm what you are telling them to be true. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
These are the things that are out there. These are the things that you're going to encounter. This is what you need to do to protect yourself.
Yep.
It's all a precautionary measure, and it depends on how far you want to take it.
Exactly.
And unfortunately, working in the police department at the time, doing crime statistics, uh, and seeing what we saw, it was very, very, yeah, eye opening to say the least.
And the fact that this is very old, and at the time I was, working, going to school, had
Hmm.
kids I was dealing with. I didn't have time to keep up with the news and stuff like that. I had no clue that that was even being kicked around.
Hmm. There used to be oh gosh, I'll be telling too many tales on myself, but there used to be a bar called Alexander Graham Bell's, and I was underage. And I'm telling you, from the time we hit that bar, they had the old fashioned phone sitting at every table, and you'd get a phone call, and somebody would buy you a drink. I didn't buy not one drink, and I don't even know how the hell I got out of that place. That's for a whole nother story, but
Sounds like my younger years, except it
yeah.
wasn't an actual bar, it was in the backwoods.
Hmm. It was a yeah, very interesting. Uh, needless to say, way to get home. I even got on the wrong bus, headed to the wrong side of the city.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, that sounds funny.
Uh huh. In 5-inch heels. Yep. In the wintertime. Mm hmm.
Oh.
Yep. It was a leap year. It was Eric's brother's birthday. And I was supposed to have been at his birthday party. But instead, nope. Nope, nada.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, when I finally got onto the right bus, when I could see that I knew where I was going and got onto the right bus, when I came to, my head was between my legs, and I was probably a good, I don't know, quarter of a mile from Eric's house when I screamed at the bus driver to stop and let me off. And I trudged in them frickin' high heels, and the whole time I was carrying a pair of boots. Didn't even know it.
That's actually kind of funny.
Oh no, it got worse. Because I walked in the door. And I sat right on top of Eric's mother. Hmm.
Yeah,
And she
it's a
goes,
miracle
honey.
they let their son marry you.
Yeah, I had spilled a drink down my blouse and my skirt. And she's like, oh, honey, were you drinking? I'm like, oh, no. And I'll stop the tale. We're almost done.
We got one more article to cover.
Okay, let's finish up then.
Alrighty. This one was interesting.
Oh,
Let me
nice
see.
comment there, Art.
Uh huh.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this one here. Oh, please, dear Lord, don't give me any hard names to pronounce. It's going to be ugly. Ancient humane skull discovered in Greece rewrites humane. That's not working. There's one on your desk. There's one on your desk. Because you'll see the outlet needs to be screwed in. Ancient humane skull discovered in Greece rewrites human evolutionary timelines. Researchers from France, China, the UK, and Greece revealed that. Oh, yeah, I don't want to read this one. That the
Petrogloin. Oh,
cranium
Petrolona.
is
Sorry.
286,000 years old, placing it firmly in the middle. Oh my gosh, I can't remember all this.
Pleistocene. Pleistocene.
Senian. We're going with we're
It's
saying the.
Pleistocene.
Here's what we're going to do with this article because I forgot about this one. I questioned myself on whether we were bringing this forward. We're going to say the first letter of each difficult word, and you can all look it up for yourself. That is your
Okay.
homework assignment. How's that? In the middle of the P era. How about that? Okay.
Okay.
A new scientific study has shed fresh light on one of Europe's most important human fossils, the pea cranium discovered in a cave in northern Greece more than 6 decades ago. Long the subject of debate, the fossil's true age has now been pinned down with an unprecedented precision, offering crucial insights into human evolution. Researchers from France, China, the UK, and Greece used advanced uranium series dating techniques to analyze calcite that had formed directly on the skull. Their findings, published in the Journal of Human Evolution, reveal that the pea cranium is at least 286,000 years old, placing it firmly in the middle P era. Earlier attempts at dating had produced widely conflicting results, ranging from 170,000 to nearly 700,000 years. This fossil has always been central to discussions of European prehistory, said lead author Christopher F. of the Institut del P. Humane in Paris. For the
It.
first time, just stop.
I was
Don't,
gonna say I could
don't, up,
translate
up,
it.
up, up, up. Don't say nothing. For the first time, we have a reliable minimum age that allows us to place P in its proper evolutionary context. You got that cursor going deliberately.
No, I'm just
J.
scrolling.
Post videos. The skull itself is a striking specimen, nearly complete with features that set it apart from both Neanderthals and modern humans. Many anthropologists group it with the Homo H, a species thought to represent, I don't even want to see what JJ wrote, a species thought to represent the last common ancestor of Neanderthals and modern humans. The new dating strengthens the case that P belonged to a distinct, more primitive human population that coexisted among emerging Neanderthals. The study also challenges assumptions about the fossil's discovery. For years, scholars believed the skull had been cemented in a cave wall, but the new analysis shows that the calcite coating the cranium is younger than formations on the walls, suggesting the fossil may have been moved or deposited in the chamber before being sealed in stone.
Huh. Okay.
Beyond resolving a long standing mystery, the findings reshape our understanding of human prehistory in southeastern Europe. They suggest that archaic populations related to or within Homo heidelbergensis were still present in the region as recently as 300,000 years ago, overlapping with the Neanderthal lineage. The P cranium reminds us that Europe human history is not a straight line, said Chris.
Uh-oh. Did we lose
Am I
Dee?
still there, Crazy Bee?
Oh, we just got Chris and then it cut out.
Crazy Bee.
And now she can't hear me.
Oh, seriously.
Lovely. The last few minutes. Would it be a day without Dee getting booted or me having tech issues as always? Oh God, she'll be back any second. Um, yeah, tech issues, right?
I kicked
Uh,
myself out.
yeah, it's okay. No, we heard Chris and then it cut off.
Okay. Yeah, the phone rang. I'd like to say I kicked myself out of the studio for lack of their reading, but whatever. Chris Stringer of London's Natural History Museum, a co author of the study. It's a branching, complex history with different populations existing side by side. Scientists are continuing to further their understanding of the fossil record. The P skull becomes a critical key in understanding human evolution.
Yeah,
Do
very
we have any
interesting.
pictures of the skull again, Crazy Bee?
Right
Oh,
here.
oh, look at that tooth.
Why do they have better teeth than most of us?
They didn't have fluoride.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for a skull being that old and having all their teeth intact,
Mm-hmm.
like shit.
They look good, don't they?
Given how old they are and probably what that person went through.
Right?
Yeah. But their canine goes way up.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's very
That's
interesting.
surprising.
Right?
No sugar.
True.
JJ's post that I put up, his comment was, "There are apps that can read website articles for you."
Nah, it's too much fun to try to fuck
I
it up.
like our screw ups.
Yeah, I like our fuck ups. Yeah, whatever.
No, that's a baby tooth. They were
That's a
like
good one,
16
Vanilla.
years
That's a
old.
good one. Yeah, that's good.
No, but
Yeah,
it
if
is.
we
I
can't.
do like the historical things that you've been pulling lately. These are
Yeah,
awesome to me.
yeah. If we can't mess up, you know what I mean? Whatever. It is what it is. We're not perfect.
No, we're not, but it's fun and it's still better than using AI to
Right.
read the screen.
Right.
Uh,
And I don't even on these that I read, I know that I could go out and get the correct pronunciation of what the words are, but it's why. It's too
yeah.
much fun to mess it up, so whatever.
Yes.
Again, we've said it before. Never mind, dude. Just shut up. It's Friday at the end of the week. Take your
It.
attitude and just shut up.
You don't
You
have
just be
to. You're
quiet too.
entitled to your opinions.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Eric. All right.
I think that's good for the day. What do you think?
We're at the 4:59 mark. As you noticed, we hardly talked today or chit chatted today or had too much to say.
Well, my day's been pretty boring.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Before we leave, why don't we show up that last picture of the baby, if you have it?
Oh, yes. One moment, please, while
This
I
is
pull
for
this
the
up.
very first time since my man has been born. He actually put himself to sleep.
Sorry, had to shut off my alarm. God blessed. Really? I don't know what is going on with my shit today, but I'm not having it.
Mm-hmm. It happened to me with Discord. Yeah, I told you what happened. right before we went live.
Okay. Let me show little man.
Who's getting to be big man.
Okay. Boom. And boom. There he is.
Mm-hmm. Look at the size
Isn't
of those
he
hands.
adorable?
Mm-hmm.
I think little guy is doing amazing. He's on his way to becoming the dictator of Guatemala, the way my
Exactly.
son predicted.
Every day I tell him that.
Yep. My son has preset his destiny. My
Mm-hmm.
son preordained his destiny.
Mm-hmm.
No, he baby got to go home already.
Yeah.
Um, but
Maybe
it
next
was
time.
great having him
Yeah.
here.
Yep. So at least he was somewhat behaved for the little time he was with us this afternoon.
He's been
But
an
he's
angel.
getting there. So he's about 17 pounds and going on 27 inches long. So,
Dang.
uh-huh.
He's a big boy.
Yep. Look at the size of those hands.
He's gonna be big.
Mm-hmm. And a problem.
I wouldn't predict that much, but he looks like an angel to me. I think he's gonna be a sweetheart.
Oh, yeah. You've been on the phone with me for the hour that he's been screaming.
Well, yeah, but I still think he's gonna be a sweetheart because he's getting it
Okay.
out of his system now, so he'll be
Oh,
better
is it?
behaved when he's older.
Oh, he better. If I have anything to do with it, but by then I'll be old and decrepit, and he'll be like, "Yeah, old lady, you can't do shit." But we'll see. Anyway, that's it for the day, I guess. Long week. Even though we had Monday off, I don't know why the week dragged on.
We have every Monday off.
I know, but I meant that I was away, and
I know.
all of
Yeah.
that. And, yeah. So don't forget to please like, follow, comment, share, subscribe, all of that. And keep an eye out for some shorts that Crazy Bee will be posting. We'd like you to like those for us. We'll be the brawny man. There you go.
Yeah. Other than that little hidden item, an image that I put up
Mm-hmm.
in every video. So feel free to comment when
You
the
find
live
it.
is done.
Okay.
It's a cute one today. I think everyone will appreciate it. But so other than that, I really ain't got much more to add.
All right. Well, everybody have a good weekend. I'm done.
Y'all stay sane, safe, sober, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow.
Good night. Tomorrow?
Or Monday. No, Tuesday. I'm done.
And,
Anyone else
and you talk
notice?
about me. Okay. All right. Uh-huh.
Hey, laugh at me. Go for it.
Okay, so that'll be Tuesday, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Oh my God, JJ.
No. Do we get to... Never mind. I'll go... CYS will be at the house. Never mind.
So, as you were saying, Tuesday at what time?
7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Not 3, but 7.
Yes.
All right. Have a good weekend, everyone. Good night.
Good night.